हे गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ लेट्स टॉक। और आज का टॉपिक बहुत ही एक्साइटिंग टॉपिक है और वो है मैरिजेस।
और जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि शादियां कभी किसी के रुके नहीं रुकती है और ये एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो हर सिचुएशन में भी होती है। जैसे हम जानते हैं कि अभी लॉकडाउन चल रहा है, उसके बाद भी लोग शादी करने से रुक नहीं पा रहे हैं। तो आइए आज हम शादी से रिलेटेड और बहुत सारी बातें करेंगे और बहुत हंसेंगे, बहुत मस्ती करेंगे, क्योंकि हम चाहते हैं कि हम जिस तरह से यहाँ बैठ के हंस रहे हैं, आप भी उसी तरह से खुश रहें।
लॉकडाउन ने हमें एक चीज़ तो सिखा दी है, कुछ रुके ना रुके, शादियाँ कभी नहीं रुकती है।
बिल्कुल सही कहा। और जैसे कि हम जानते हैं कि शादियों में एक बहुत एसेंशियल चीज़ होती है जिसको हम बोलते हैं मेकअप। चाहे वो ग्रूम हो, चाहे ब्राइड हो या रिश्तेदार हो, सब लोग मेकअप के बिना हमेशा अधूरे ही लगते हैं। तो आइए हम कुछ सीखते हैं ग्रूमिंग टिप्स आकांक्षा के द्वारा, जो आज हमें मेकअप टिप्स बताएंगी कि कैसे हम घर में बैठे बैठे भी हम कैसे तैयार हो सकते हैं और खूबसूरत दिख सकते हैं।
Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you a wedding look. As you can see, my skin is lot of pigmented and it has a lot of dark spots. So I'm using a color corrector, and for that I'm using a red lipstick. You can use a color corrector or you can use a red lipstick instead. So once you are done, now it's time for the foundation. For the foundation, I'm using Maybelline Fit Me foundation. You can use any foundation of your skin tone. So once you are done with the foundation, now it's time for a concealer. I'm using a Maybelline Fit Me concealer. You can use any concealer that you have. So I'm applying on the blemishes that I have to hide the blemishes and to highlight my under eye. So now I'm going to apply my eyeshadow, and I'm taking a brown color and highlighting my crease. You can always start with highlighting your crease and then move forward. Now I'm using a dark brown in my outer corners of the eyelid to give it a smoky look. You can even use a grey or a black. I'm using my next shade matching to my outfit's color, and you can use any shade that you like according to the outfit that you are wearing. I'm taking the same shade and I'll apply on my lower lash line. I've already applied my liner, so now I'm going to apply my mascara to give my lashes some volume. You can also apply on the lower lash line as I am doing right now. So finally it's time to apply some lip color, and you can apply the lip color of your own choice. Now to set the makeup, I'm using compact. You can also use loose powder, but if you don't have loose powder, you can use a compact instead. And finally, to finish up, I'm using a highlighter on my cheekbones to highlight my look. You can be generous with the highlighter. I put on my outfit, and to complete the look I'm wearing big earrings. You can even wear a mantika if you have it, or you can wear a heavy necklace along with the look. So now you're all set to go in a wedding or a party. Thank you so much, and please do comment below if you like the look.
जैसे कि हम जब अब रेडी होना भी सीख चुके हैं, तो आइए हम आज के सवाल की ओर बढ़ते हैं। और आज का सवाल ये है कि आर मैरिजेस रियली मेड इन हेवन और नॉट?
Yeah, so it is a very big question and interesting as well कि शादियाँ वाकई में स्वर्ग में बनती हैं या नहीं बनती हैं।
क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों के दिमाग में डाउट होते हैं कि अगर शादियां स्वर्ग में बनती है तो डाइवोर्स क्यों होता है, या हम लोग के बीच में या लोगों के पार्टनर्स के बीच में डिफरेंसेस क्यों आ जाते हैं। क्योंकि जैसा कि हम मूवीज़ और सीरियल्स में देखते हैं, वहाँ पे हमेशा मैरिजेस को बहुत परफेक्टली दिखाया जाता है, पर इन रियल लाइफ में ऐसा चीज़ नहीं होती। हमेशा कुछ अप्स एंड डाउन्स चलते ही रहते हैं। पर कैसे हम उन चीज़ों को कोप अप करके और कैसे उन चीज़ों को हटा के हम कैसे अपनी मैरिज को वर्क कर सकते हैं, उसके बारे में आज हम जानेंगे।
And the Bible tells us about that man is made for woman and woman is made for man। और यही कंपेनियनशिप जो है वो हमें बाइबल में बताई गई है कि किस तरह से एक मनुष्य और एक स्त्री एक दूसरे के लिए बने हैं और कैसे वो इस कंपेनियनशिप में रहकर परमेश्वर के साथ में आगे बढ़ सकते हैं।
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल। जैसा कि हम वचन में पढ़ते हैं, जब हम जेनेसिस के अंदर पढ़ते हैं, जब परमेश्वर ने आदम और ईव को बनाया था, तो आदम को जब परमेश्वर ने बनाया तो उसकी एक पसली निकाल के हवा को बनाया था या ईव को बनाया था। और इसीलिए हम जब मानते हैं क्यों, और उसका एक पीछे बहुत खूबसूरत रीज़न है कि परमेश्वर ने उसको आदम की ना पैर से बनाया ना सर से बनाया, क्योंकि अगर पैर से बनाया होता तो आदम कहता कि ये मेरे पैरों के नीचे रहेगी, और अगर सर पे बनाया होता तो हवा कहती कि मैं सर के ऊपर बैठूंगी। पर उसको बगल के पास से निकाला उस हड्डी को, ताकि वो हमेशा एक उसको बराबरी का और एक इक्वालिटी का हिस्सेदार बना सके।
और मैरिज में यही होता है कि दोनों जन इक्वली रिस्पॉन्सिबल होते हैं, इक्वली लव्ड होने चाहिए और इक्वली केयर्ड होने चाहिए। ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक पलड़ा तो ज़्यादा भारी है और एक बिल्कुल ही नीचे है। परमेश्वर ने बनाया, कुछ सोच समझ के बनाया कि हमें इक्वल रख सके, कोई भी भेदभाव ना हो सके दोनों के बीच में, और इसीलिए परमेश्वर ने बगल से वो पसली ली और हवा को बनाया, यानी स्त्री को बनाया।
तो आइए चलते हैं हम आज के टेस्टिमोनियल सेक्शन में, जिसमें हम हेनरी और बिट्सी की टेस्टिमोनी सुनेंगे, जो एक मैरिड कपल हैं, और कैसे परमेश्वर को उन्हें बीच में और पहला स्थान देते हुए परमेश्वर के साथ अपनी मैरिज लाइफ को सक्सेसफुल बनाया।
Hello friends, we are happy to be on Christ-O-Graphy. Let's talk show. I am Bitsy.
And this is Henry here. So today we have a task to answer some of the questions with regards to marriage, and we are so happy to do this with Let's Talk Show. I would say, this is one of the hot topic that's been there for generations, because everybody loves to talk about marriage. Once people enter into it, that's the time people think of, how to maintain marriage. I think before we get into the questions that we have to answer, let us introduce ourselves to you. I think we already said our name. So right now we are in Abu Dhabi. We are family, husband and wife. We are working here, and we've got a small baby boy who is just turned 6 months old. That's a bit about us, but I think we will answer a bit more through the questions that's coming up.
Okay, so the first question is, how did we guys met each other?
Yeah, I think that's a long story, right?
Exactly. Our marriage proposal came through one of our very close friend who was in Abu Dhabi, and that time we were in Bangalore.
Yeah, I think it happened over a period of 1 year. So it's a long story, in
Long.
fact, because we were in 4 different locations. She was in Abu Dhabi at that time, and I was working in Bangalore, and my parents were in Kerala, and her parents were in Jaipur. And at last, we met each other first time in one of our friends' wedding in Bangalore. Since it was arranged, it took a while for us to meet each other and all those,
Exactly.
yeah, to happen. So the second question for us is, what made us to finally take the decision to tie the knot? I think for us it's not tying the knot, but giving hand to each other. So that's what we did. So I think it's a process, and I would say, especially being a Christian, who wants to obey the will of God, is a confusing period for us to get married. In fact, because there is a lot of opinions that's coming from every side, from your parents, from your friends, from your relatives, and from whatever you've learned in life. And there is a lot of perceptions about marriage, and so it is pretty difficult for us to, I think, for anybody, in fact, for that matter, it's a
Exactly.
difficult stage to take a decision about marriage. In one word, if I have to say that, God led us through it, because that's
Exactly.
one
Same
thing.
here. I could feel God's presence in all the areas, especially for the wedding. To say yes to this marriage was completely an answer from God. If we are submitting ourselves completely in God's hand, then things will be pretty much easy, because later, anyways, we can't blame anyone because it was God's decision to, bind us together. Yeah, I feel in that way because it was really an answer from God for our prayers.
Absolutely. I think when we talk about confirmation, I think it doesn't have to be exactly in the same manner like we God, because we believe that God speaks in different manners. It could be anything. It could be like through prayer. It could be like from the Word of God. It could be like the conviction that you've got in your mind when you talk to God, when you pray to God. Or it could be some signs that you have asked to God. Or it could be some signs that God is showing you, or it could be some other people also. But I think our suggestion towards you is that if you are going to get married, if you're somebody who's looking forward to getting married, make sure that you have a personal conviction to do this. Most of the time, what happens is that people tend to get married for some other reasons, maybe for the qualifications that we will have, or maybe because parents like, or maybe because somebody else said this is the one for you. Now, there is nothing wrong with listening to a third party, even including prophets. There is nothing wrong with listening to them, but end of the day, you should have a conviction for yourself that this is the person for you. Like I said, it is very confusing, it is very tricky, it's not easy to find it. I think there is a lot of steps to follow that we don't have time to discuss
Yeah,
all
but
those.
yeah, if we are keeping God in the center of our lives, then things will be, pretty much easy.
Absolutely.
It's not because the decision that we take, during this time is not at all easy. But if we are keeping God, in every aspect of our life,
then it's going to work out, because that's the time I think it will work out purely well. By the time you have tied the knot or you have given the hand to each other, you will just like wonder how it happened, because God just led you there. That's what will happen, in fact, when you give yourself to God to lead.
complete.
Let's get to the next question.
Third question is two good qualities of your spouse. So the first, so the first one I would say is a very genuine person, an authentic personality, and the second one, he always keeps this pretty smile on his face no matter what he's going through. So which makes our life,
Yeah, I think
more beautiful.
Yeah, that's a tip for guys out there. No matter what, you have to keep your smile on, otherwise, it'll be tough. Just kidding, guys. I think if I have to talk about, are you done? Whether you want to
Yeah,
say
no,
more
no,
qualities
no,
or
they asked me to.
so, if I have to talk two qualities or share two qualities about her, the first one would be obviously something that all guys would love about their wives is cooking. So she's one of the best cook that I have ever seen. So she cooks really good food. Now it's not about the love and the care that she shares. So I think that's my second point. One of the good quality that she has is she gives her best to the people whom she loves. I think not everybody has it. When I said that, you might think that it is very normal for a relationship or love or anything. But I think not everybody does that. She's got that character where she gives herself completely with the best that she has. I think that's a good quality that she has. Great. I think you have to cook me something tonight. Next thing that we have to share with you is two things that annoys about each other. It's like 2 or 10 or something. I can share more. Okay, let me say this, because if I'm telling her to find something from the other room, and if I send her there, she will immediately come back and say that it's not there. And I'm like, did you search it over there? No, it's not there. She's very confident in saying that it's not there. Now, when I go there, the thing is there. Whatever I've asked her to search it. Okay, the second thing that annoys me is when she gets angry, she stops talking. And I'm somebody who wants to talk at that time. So I think that's something that annoys me. Yeah, I think now the chance is for her to talk about it.
Okay, so the first one I would say he's a morning person. That too also on weekends also he wakes up too early. Yeah, so that thing annoys me. And the second one, yeah, if I ask him to help me with cooking, he will come to help me, no doubt. So if I ask him to make Maggie or, yeah, Maggie, for 2 minutes, Maggie also, it takes long 20-30 minutes.
Actually, there's a marketing problem over there. The Maggi noodles, they say 2 minutes, but actually it's not 2 minutes.
Okay, to 5 minutes.
Because have you guys ever finished a Maggi noodles in 2 minutes? No, never.
He takes long
actually it's 20
30
minutes.
minutes to cook.
It's 20 minutes.
Not at all.
Next question that we have in hand is, do you think husband and wife share equal responsibility in taking care of the relationship?
Yeah, definitely I feel, because both of us as a husband and wife, we both plays a very, very crucial role in building up a marriage. It's an institution where we both are equally responsible. And marriage, I feel it's a ministry that we begin first at home. But in marriage, as a couple, as a family, we learn, we accept each other in spite of all our flaws, weaknesses that we have. So yeah, we both plays a very crucial role. We learn together, and it elevates our marriage to the next level, I feel.
Yeah, I think that is, I do agree with whatever she said right now. To add on to that, in fact, this is one of the major problem with most of the married relationship. One thing is clear that if in marriage, if one person thinks that okay, it's the responsibility of the other person, then it's gonna create a big damage to the relationship. So when both the husband and the wife take equal responsibility in let it be like maybe dealing with fights or maybe disagreements or maybe giving or loving or whatever it is, I think there is equal responsibility, and that's when it creates a meaning in relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you see the enemy is trying to creep in over in your relationship, that is the time when you have to start it all over again, and you have to give your best to save that relationship, save the relationship.
Yeah, I think that's where the equal responsibility comes.
Exactly.
It's not just one person, it's equals.
So the last question we have is, marriage is not perfect, we make it perfect. So the first statement, marriage is not perfect, that is so true, because it can never be perfect, and I don't think we can make it perfect as human beings, or the only perfection comes here is only the God's grace that we have and the God's presence that we have in our marriage. That is the only perfect thing we can see and we can look up to. I feel in that way.
Yeah, I think I do agree with her, because marriage can never be perfect. Because if anybody thinks that the relationship is going to be perfect, it's never going to be. In the good sense, in fact, you can find happiness in the relationship. You can find meaning in the relationship, but you can never find it a perfect relationship.
Exactly.
Because most of us, we have the first-hand experience with the movies or maybe other people talking about marriage, or what we see on Facebook, or what we see on those videos and all those things. So we think it's one of the best thing in life, and it's one of the best relationship. It'd be very beautiful, fantastic.
We are not scaring you guys who are not
Absolutely.
yet married, but yes.
Yeah, so it's a reality that there will be ups and downs, there'll be fights, there'll be disagreements, all those things in there. It's not going to be perfect because it is between two human beings who are not perfect. But the perfection comes in, like she said, the only factor that can be perfect is God's presence. I think that can be perfect. In fact, that makes it keep moving, though the relationship is human in the end weak in so many areas. It helps relationship to keep moving.
It adds value to the relationship.
Absolutely. So I think we are done with the questions. Thank you so much, guys, for giving us this privilege to be here today with Christ-O-Graphy and the Let's Talk show. We are happy to be here today.
Thank you, Christ-O-Graphy team, for giving us this opportunity, and thank you for watching us. And all the best wishes for all your upcoming videos. Stay blessed.
So thank you so much Bitsy and Henry for this beautiful testimony. और हमें ये इससे सीखने को मिलता है कि कैसे भले ही परफेक्ट ना हो मैरिज, नो मैरिज इज परफेक्ट अंटिल गॉड इज देयर, और परमेश्वर कैसे हमारी हेल्प करता है उस मैरिड लाइफ को, मैरिज की लाइफ को कैसे आसानी से गुजारने के लिए परमेश्वर हमारी सहायता करता है।
क्योंकि जिस प्रकार हम वचन में भी पढ़ते हैं कि जो रस्सी 3 धागों से बंध के बनी होती है वो बहुत मजबूत होती है। अगर हम 2 धागे से ही अगर रस्सी बांधते हैं तो उसको तोड़ना बहुत आसान होता है, बहुत ईजी होता है। लेकिन जब रस्सी को हम 3 धागों से बांधते हैं तो जो उसकी नॉट्स बनती है तो उसको ब्रेक करना इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट। और वो जो तीसरी रस्सी हमारी मैरिज में होती है वो है पति, पत्नी और परमेश्वर। और जब ये तीनों चीज़ों का एक परफेक्ट ब्लेंड बनता है तब जाके हमारी लाइफ एक परफेक्ट मैरिज लाइफ बनती है।
और बाइबल में बहुत ही खूबसूरती से बताया गया है कि कैसे पति के रोल्स क्या हैं और पत्नी के रोल्स क्या हैं। अगर हम उन्हें बहुत अच्छी तरह फॉलो करें तो शायद हमारी लाइफ बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल और बहुत ही अच्छी मैरिड लाइफ हम जी सकते हैं, क्योंकि उसने सारी गाइडलाइंस बताए हैं कि पति पत्नी के लिए क्या कर सकता है, जिससे कि पत्नी को हमेशा ये एहसास रहे कि मेरा पति मुझसे केयर करता है, मेरा पति मुझसे प्यार करता है और मेरे हस्बैंड या मेरे पार्टनर मेरे साथ हैं। और उसी के साथ में वाइफ के लिए भी जो गाइडलाइंस दी गई हैं कि कैसे वो अपने पति के अधीन रहकर उसी के लिए लविंग और केयरिंग होकर कैसे उसके लिए सब कुछ कर सकती है। और ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हमेशा एक ही जन कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ करे और झुके, दोनों जन को एक साथ मिल के चलना पड़ता है। हम जब एक दूसरे की रिस्पेक्ट अपने से ज़्यादा करेंगे, अपने से ज़्यादा एक दूसरे को प्यार करेंगे तो ये जो जर्नी है ये बहुत ब्यूटीफुल बन जाती है और आसान बन जाती है।
और जैसा कि आज हमने बताया था कि आज का एपिसोड बहुत स्पेशल होने वाला है, इसलिए हमने आज के इस एपिसोड में 2 क्रिएटिव सेक्शन रखे। आइए जो आज का सेकंड क्रिएटिव सेक्शन है हम उसकी तरफ चलते हैं। और जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि आज का जो सेकंड क्रिएटिव सेक्शन है बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है, क्योंकि ये स्पेशली ग्रूम के लिए है। ग्रूम कैसा ग्रूम अपने आप को कर सकते हैं वो उसके बारे में है। और भी जितने लोग, स्पेशली जितने बॉयज़ या आदमी लोग इस एपिसोड को देख रहे हैं उनके लिए है कि आप कैसे कुछ सिंपल टिप्स के द्वारा एक ग्लोइंग लुक ला सकते हैं। मे बी आप शादी में जा रहे हैं, मे बी एक अच्छे इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहे हैं, या इट मे बी योर स्पेशल डेट, कुछ भी हो आप एक अच्छे प्रोफेशनली आप दिख सकते हैं। तो आइए हम आज के क्रिएटिव सेक्शन की तरफ चलते हैं। Hi everyone, this is Shalom and today I'll be sharing how can you look picture perfect in just using few simple steps. So let's get started. So for the first step, I'll be using a color corrector, and as you can see I have lots of dark spots and acne scars on my face and that I'm not at all looking good. But wait, we have a solution for that. Use a color corrector. I'm using orange color corrector and I'll be putting it generously on areas where I have dark spots, acne or discoloration, so that they would hide. And if you don't have a color corrector, you can just borrow a lipstick from your mother or sister and you can use it as a color corrector. So as you can see, I'm just putting it all over where I have dark spots or acne, so that they can hide, and when you put foundation they won't highlight. And as you can see, I'm putting a little bit amount of color corrector under my eyes. I really don't have dark circles, but if you have, you should put it. And make sure that you blend it well with your fingers or a sponge or anything you feel like. And as you can see, I have a little bit discoloration on my forehead, so that's why I'm putting a little bit over my forehead and just blending it out. Perfect. Now for the second step, I'll be using a foundation, and for that I'm using Maybelline New York Fit Me foundation shade 220. And whenever you are buying a foundation, you need to make sure that it matches your skin tone so that your face won't look fake or like a puppet, but it should look real and natural. So initially it would look that you have put a lot of product on your face, but don't worry, just blend it well and it won't look like that. And don't forget to put it on your neck so that it would look the same as your face. And I'm using a sponge, or as we say, a beauty blender. So blend it well on your face, and now you can see it's not looking that fake and it's looking all blended up. And for the second last step, I'm using a loosing powder, or you can use a compact, and by using a brush. And what it will do, it will just set all that powder on your face so that your face won't look greasy and it would last your makeup for a longer day. And now I'm finding my hairbrush so that I can brush my hair and make them look party ready. I'll be using a Vaseline, or you can use any lip balm so that your lips would stay hydrated for all day long. And last but not the least, I'll be using a hairspray on my hairs so that they would stay Yay! So finally I'm ready. But wait a sec, I cannot go to a wedding in this dress. Wait, yeah, now I'm looking perfect. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like, just comment below.
सो तैयार हो जाइए दूल्हे राजाओं, क्योंकि आपके लिए एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ इन्होंने दिखाई है और आप भी इसको यूज़ कर सकते हैं, इसकी आप प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं और हमें अपने वीडियोस भेज सकते हैं।
हाँ जी बिल्कुल। और हमारे क्रिएटिव सेक्शन अगर आपको अच्छे लगे तो आप हमें कमेंट सेक्शन में उसके बारे में बता सकते हैं कि किस तरह से आपको हमारा क्रिएटिव सेक्शन लगा और क्या क्या हम और उसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट कर सकते हैं। अब चलते हैं आगे हमारे एपिसोड के एंड पे, और हम आपको बताना चाहते हैं कि अगर आपको हमारा शो पसंद आ रहा है या आप अपने इनपुट इसमें डालना चाहते हैं तो आप हमें मेल कर सकते हैं। और हमारी मेल आईडी यहाँ पे नीचे स्क्रीन पे फ्लैश हो रही है, तो आप उस मेल आईडी पे जाके अपने इनपुट्स या हमारे क्रिएटिव सेक्शन से आप जुड़ना चाहते हैं तो अपने वीडियोस या जो भी आपके क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग है वो आप हमें भेज सकते हैं। और उसके साथ साथ एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ जो आपको आकांक्षा बताएंगी,
और बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है आपके सवाल हमारे लिए, क्योंकि आपके सवाल ही हमारे नए एपिसोड को बनाने में हमारी हेल्प करेंगे। तो जल्दी जल्दी जाइए और हमें अपने सवाल इस मेल आईडी पे और हमारे जितने भी सोशल हैंडल्स है उस पे आप भेज सकते हैं, सो दैट हम नेक्स्ट एपिसोड को आपके सवालों के साथ में फिर से लेके आएँ।
तो जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि ये शो केवल और केवल आपके सवालों पे आधारित है, तो देर ना कीजिए और फटाफट अपने सवाल हमें कमेंट सेक्शन में या हमारे सोशल नेटवर्किंग पे आप भेज सकते हैं। गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल, हैव ए नाइस नाइट, गुड नाइट। Let's talk. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. only on Christ-O-Graphy.